Wagwan bread bins. It's very windy. It's Christmas Eve and the Festive 500 started. Let's go.
My name's Ben Chapman. I got into cycling when I was 8. My most favourite thing in the world is jumping on a train and just get off and then go ride in that area. It's just the freedom of having a bike and to go anywhere you want.
So good morning and welcome back, and yes, today is the 24th of December, which means the start of the Festive 500. It is 7:30 and I've done around about 30k of a number in which I've got in my head. I don't want to say it too soon just in case it doesn't happen, but I want to get a lot of the Festive 500 done today. And like I said, there's a number in my head and I'll let you know later on if I think it's going to be possible. I'm looking to ride around 8 to 12 hours, 12 being the maximum, 8 being the minimum. And yeah, like I said, I'm 30k into this one and I've been going for around about an hour. Today I am on the Trek de Marne. I've got a power pack, I've got my food, I've got puncture repair kit, I've got inner tubes, and hopefully in this bag here I've got absolutely everything I need to complete my day. I've got 2 bottles, one with sugar and water in it and salts, and one with just water in. And I've also got a small power pack as well for my phone. And hopefully I can ride as long as possible. This morning I've been using my head torch just for a little bit extra light and visibility. I've started in the dark and I'm probably going to end up finishing in the dark as well, so I've also got my exposure front light. And I think that's pretty much everything. Like I said, I've got a number in my head that I want to do today, but I'll let you know further in this video. I'm going to try and get as much filming done as possible, but it is super windy, so there might not be too much talking and riding. I've just stopped quickly at Greg's for my first coffee of the day and some hydration. As mentioned, I'm only 30k into this one, so I'm going to get this in me and jump back on the bike. So this is currently the least windiest place in the northeast at the moment, and it's absolutely impossible to film whilst riding my bike. It's blowing a gale. I have just tipped over the 100k mark and it's been a pretty okay ride up to now, managing to continuously fuel and drink as much as I can. And yeah, I'm not too sure where it's going to end, but we need to do as much of this 500k as possible today. But 100k down so far and we're in the Tyne Tunnel. I made my way north to Morpeth, round into Blythe, and then I made my way down the coast, and yeah, I'm now here in the Tyne Tunnel, hopefully managing to get into Darlington before turning around and coming back up through the country with what's going to be a horrific headwind. I think the gales today are 45 kilometres an hour, and there's been some pretty sketchy moments where I've had to go on the path just because I'm getting blown about. I was aware that it was going to be windy, but not actually this windy. But I'm out now and we're going to get it done, so I'm going to crack on. So just like that, from Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve, let me explain. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I had a number in mind that I wanted to complete on the first day of the Festive 500, and that was 200 kilometers, and unfortunately I didn't do that. I managed 167, and it wasn't down to not fueling properly or not taking on enough water. It was just the fact that it was just so windy. So yes, the Festive 500, I've completed everything other than 88 kilometers of it up to now, and today we are going to get it finished and boxed off. I rode consecutively for 3 days. I did 160, 158, and then 2 small ones, 60, 70. Feel free to head over to my Strava, but the majority of it is done, and I've only got 88 kilometers left, which me and Foxy are going to do today. This, as I mentioned previously, is the first time I've ever attempted the Festive 500, and today I'll explain to you whether I will do it again or not. But for now, 88k, let's get it done. So with 88k to go, would I do the Festive 500 again? Probably no. As much as it's a great challenge, and every year I sit around watching other people do it, it's not for me. Once is definitely enough. As Foxy just said off camera, save it for the warmer weather, but you can only do the Festive 500 in December.
600 Audax in July.
Oh, I'll give over. Fox is just saying that he signed me up to a 600k Audax in when?
July.
Never.
It's got an Everest in it.
It's got
claiming an Everest.
a 600k Audax with an Everest. How much was it?
£10.
Oh, that's why you bought it. I'll sign you up.
This is what you do, and if you go alright, yeah, then I'll do it.
Then you would have done it.
Yeah. Well, you bottled it.
I didn't bottle it, I just said no. The Festive 500 as a challenge isn't as hard as what I've probably made it look. Doing it over 4 days, doing 2 big days, 2 small days, and then this final day today of 88k. The achievement for me over the last week has been not doing any of these miles on the indoor trainer. It is so wet. And wet is one of the things that I found hard. A lot of the weather and a lot of the storms that have been coming across the United Kingdom haven't made for the best riding. And I'm a big advocate of ride your bike, have fun. And riding bikes in the cold and the rain isn't always fun. It's great for fitness and it's great for the mind, but it definitely wasn't fun. I had a lot of support from Foxy and from Graham saying, when are you going to do your next one? When are you going to do your next one? And with friends like these, it is actually quite hard to quit something that you've started. So by the end of today, hopefully I would have done 500k outdoors during some stormy weather. We've had some bad weather, haven't we?
That's been bad, yeah.
It's been really bad. And I'm sure a lot of people will say that they've done the Festive 500 in snowy conditions as well. And I can imagine that being just as bad. But I've done no miles on the turbo. And I don't think you would have let me, would you? So yes, that's the achievement for me. 500 kilometres of outdoor miles in 6 days, but I completed them over a 5-day period. I interrupt this tiny bit of B-roll to moan about the fact that someone has tarmacked the Wascally Way. They've ruined it. Look at this. They've ruined it. Climbing into the Pennines, absolutely beautiful. It's God's country, isn't it?
After Northumberland.
Love it up here. So we've climbed into the Pennines. We are nearly halfway into this one, just about to hit the 40k mark. We need about 48, turn around, go back. We're going to do a loop, no cafes are open, so we're both pretty hungry. But we're on the hunt for something up here that I lost. When did I lose it?
Oh, it was summertime, wasn't it?
It was summer, but it was raining.
Yeah, it was wet.
So I had a bottle, and inside that bottle was a Rafa jacket, an emergency waterproof Rafa jacket, a Gore-Tex one. And during the summer months, I put the bottle down, forgetting the jacket was in it, and I forgot the jacket. And it's been playing on Foxy's mind ever since. So we're going to see if the bottle's here from June. So as I expected, we didn't find the jacket, but that would have been a pretty optimistic find. We're now going to descend down into County Durham. It's foggy, it's freezing, and I really want a coffee. So, as Foxy just said, we've got about 12k to go, and I'm probably about 9k from home. So, I'm going to have to do a couple of loops to get the last 2k in. But, I knew this would happen. Festive 500. Done it. Would I do it again? Probably not, no. Next year, it's Foxy's go.
Well, we'll see.
But we have said this, haven't we? It's finding time to ride. It's finding time to ride. My advice to anybody that wants to take on the Festive 500 would be to plan your rides properly and try and get the majority out the way early doors, and don't put pressure on yourself. My first ride was 160k, 170. My second was around about 80. Then I did another big one, 130, and then I've done this one as well. So yeah, I would try and get the majority out the way as quick as possible. Once you're on the bike, you're dressed, you've got everything going, then yeah, even maybe try and do what I did on the first day and do like a big 200, and that really will take the pressure off. Yeah, I will. Foxy's just said there's a peacock there. It's irrelevant to what I'm talking about at the moment, but that's Foxy for you. 500k, I've done it. I'm not going to do it again. And if anyone sees me talk about doing it again, remind me of this moment now. Also, something to be proud of is I have done some on road, some on gravel, and the gravel miles take a little bit longer. We've been out for 3.5 hours today, and we've done 80k. You could easily sit on the turbo and do this, but that's one thing I got told I wasn't allowed to do. Maybe next year I'll do it on the turbo in one go. I saw somebody do this. So somebody's actually done 500k on the turbo. It took them 12 hours, I believe, and they only had half an hour break. It can't be much fun.
Nah.
It can't be much fun.
I'll watch you do that.
You wouldn't. That's not fun either.
That's not even funny.
It's not even fun either.
Let me know when you've done it.
But for now, as always, we're going to go find some coffee and some cake nearer to home, and I'm going to leave this video here. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone next week. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year, everyone.